ओम ओम गुरुभ्यो नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः। गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. The world is an appearance. When we said yesterday, we only meant that it is a natural experience that I am a jiva, I am perceiving the world. All this is one experience. It is drishti. So the problem ಅಥವಾ the difference between Shankara Sachidanand Swamiji's prakriya and the others prakriya is that they say this adhyasa or bhranti is a production. That is a basic mistake. They say bhranti or adhyasa is a production, means is a product. It has got a process. Once you accept it as a karyam, then it requires a karana. Then it requires a utpatti krama, a process of production. A karanam, a cause, a process of production, and a product. So this, they have taken adhyasa as a product. Then it requires a cause. Then it is a process. There is a process of production. Because these three things, the post-Shankarites have assumed, have accepted. Then many other problems arise in it. So here, Shankara's or Sachidanand Swamiji's prakriya, it means that adhyasa is a direct experience of everybody. Nobody has seen, nor anybody can explain it as a product. Because the relationship of cause and effect is within adhyasa. Adhyasa itself cannot be seen as a product. Because the cause and effect very relationship, the very relationship of karya and karana is within adhyasa. In the wake of adhyasa, you find it. Therefore, you can't think of the cause of adhyasa. That's why we say adhyasa bhranti is anadi. It is beginningless by its very nature. And it is not a product. It doesn't need a cause, nor it needs a process of production. So it doesn't need an utpatti krama, because it is not utpanna. It is not produced by. If this much is understood, then whether jiva before, jagat later, whether who created the jivas created the other jivas, then Ishvara created. Nobody created. First understand. Nobody created the snake, the rope snake we are talking about. The rope snake nobody has created. Nobody has created a dream. Dream is a perception, not a creation. Note that. Dream is a perception, a wrong perception, not a creation. Just as a snake is only a misperception. It is a misperception, not a creation. Neither you have created, nor the rope has created. You only, your mind, which is perceiving it, is perceiving. That's all you can say. Similarly here. And a dream state as a whole, one who is experiencing the dream state, the dreamer is a part of the dream state. So dreamer himself has not created other jivas in the dream, nor he creates himself. In fact, nobody creates for that matter. They say, Vyakhyanakaras, the post-Shankarites, that it is a Ishvara's creation. So once they accept the world as a creation, then all the doubts come. How it is a creation? Who created? With what did he create? What is the material? Upadhana karanam. What is the material with which he created? What is the process? I mean, by what process he has created? all the questions arise. And these questions cannot be convincingly answered, isn't it? Why? Why can't we answer convincingly? Because no answer is true to the experience. If you go by the experience, experience is a anadi adhyasa, a natural instinctive misunderstanding. It is not a process, therefore you cannot explain. There is no cause, you cannot explain. It is not a product, therefore you can't call it a product. You call it product and struggle hard to explain it. Find it very difficult to explain. Rather impossible to explain. You end up in more questions than answers. You end up in creating more doubts than clearing doubts. Therefore, take the experience as it obtains. Take the experience as it obtains and question it. You inquire into it. As you inquire, it fizzles out. As you inquire, the snake disappears. Disappear means not disappears. Disappear is a way of telling. You come to understand there was never a snake. There was only a rope. I mistook, I mistook it for a snake, and what I called a snake is already part of the rope. It is one with rope, and there is only rope, nothing but rope. Snake is also a part of rope alone. Means snake is also rope alone. There is no such thing called snake as something separate from rope. This understanding dawns, then the snake disappears. Or you understood that it is not there. Either. Similarly, here, adhyasa is a natural one. It is an instinctive experience which nobody can explain. No explanation can convince anybody. It is only a false perception, instinctive perception. As you inquire into it, you understand it is not there. It is inseparable from the very truth. The truth is understood wrongly. So wrong is not something another to truth. Okay. Snake is not something another. It is not a parallel. It has no existence apart from the rope. Therefore, a falsity is not additional to reality. Reality is one, and the falsity is included in the reality. Okay? Falsity is not something additional to real. Falsity is not something like a snake is not something real. Therefore, it is not produced. It is misperceived who the same reality. Reality alone is wrongly perceived. And once you understand the real, you see that, oh, this snake is already part of the. See, the see, you saw the snake, length of the snake. Supposing it is coiled, the snake is coiled. After you understand the rope, to whom does the coil belong? The coil of the snake belongs to rope alone. The length of the snake belongs to rope alone. The thickness of the snake belongs to rope. You mistook it for a snake. After understanding the rope, you see that the thickness of the rope is included here. The thickness of the snake. The thickness of the snake is included here. The length of the snake is included here. Okay. The texture of the snake is included here. Whatever you see, all that is already part of the reality. Similarly, the truth of the snake, the truth of the dream is the sakshi. Similarly, the truth of the entire waking state is the sakshi chaitanyam alone. Chaitanyam, once you see, it is existing. So whatever you see in the waking state, all that is the existence of the waking state is included in the sakshi. Just as snake is, you thought snake is the easiness. The existence of snake is nothing but the existence of the rope. So the existence of the snake is understood to be the existence of rope. That means snake didn't have a separate existence. It is not an additional existence. It is one existence. So the shape of the rope is cleared and the existence comes back to rope alone. It is the rope's existence. It is the existence of rope. Similarly, it is the existence of Atma. It is the existence of the Sakshi, existence of the Atma that is seen in the waking world. In the waking world, I say the world is. Where is that existence? That existence belongs to Sakshi. When you say world is, when you say I am, where is that existence of I? Where is that existence of the world? The existence of the world, the existence of I, these both appearances are one existence of the snake alone. One existence of the, I mean, not snake, a Sakshi alone. It is the Sakshi whose very nature is existence. Sakshi and existence are synonymous. The pure existence is Sakshi, Sakshi is existence. Therefore, it is this existence appeared as if divided. Okay? But you see the underlying oneness behind the I and this, Aham and Idam. So underlying Aham and Idam, there is one continuous unbroken existence. One unbroken existence underlying Aham and Idam, the I notion and this notion. Underlying the bottom, underlying the, what you say, underlying means the truth of I notion and you notion is one existence. The existence is falsely seen as me and I, me and the other rest, Aham and remaining, me and the rest. So this division is false because division has no existence. Existence has no division. See, the division is not existing. Existence has no division. Sakshi has no division. Division is not Sakshi. Therefore, Aham and Idam, me and the rest, this division is only a thought, not existence. Division is not an existence. Division is only a thought, a notion. So it is a notional but not existential. It is notional but not existential. English has its own advantage. Every language has certain advantage. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ advantage ಇದೆ. So English too has certain advantage. The Sakshi is existence and then it doesn't have division. The existence is not divided. But the division is only appearance, not in existence. See, that's the difference. It is a perception without having a reality. Okay. Therefore, they Vyakhyanakaras told that the world and the me, the state is only a production. That's why all problems arise. It's not a production. If it is a production, it becomes a real. If it is real, means it is existing. If it is existing, you can't destroy it. Simple thing. What is existing can't be destroyed. What appears to be existing ceases to exist. This much we can say. What appears to be existing, so its existence is understood as not there, but it belongs to Sakshi, means Atma. It exists as Atma, but doesn't exist as a world. It exists as a rope, but not as a snake. As a snake, it doesn't exist. It exists as a rope. A snake is only a simple appearance. Shape is only a thought. Similarly, world is only a thought. The I is only a thought. So therefore, the truth of the I thought is Sakshi. The truth of the I thought is Sakshi. Therefore, I am always Sakshi. Even now I am Sakshi. Even now I am pure existence. But that existence is imposed upon I thought. Therefore, this I thought is masquerading as existence. It is acting as if pretending to be existence. It is only a pretension, not existence, not reality. It is pretending. It is pretending to be existing, but it has no existence. It is therefore a misunderstanding is instinctive misunderstanding. You inquire, you come to understand the reality. World is not there apart from the Atma, apart from the consciousness. Existence in the form of consciousness. Consciousness which is existence. Existence which is consciousness. Like that. Therefore, Drishti, Srishti, Drishti, both of them imply Srishti. Both of them imply a production. But Shankara doesn't say that. Swamiji doesn't explain, nor we understand it that way. Shankara says, Swamiji explains, we understand. So we don't understand it that way. Swamiji doesn't explain it that way. Shankara didn't say it. Therefore, thing has then only inquiry has a place. If it were real, no amount of inquiry can remove it. If it were real, real means a real existence. An existence cannot be destroyed. Nobody can destroy an existence because existence is existence. Prakrutir anyatha bhavaha akathanchit bhavishyat. What is real cannot be changed, cannot be destroyed. What cannot be destroyed alone is real. Real means existing, not that. What cannot be destroyed alone is existing. But here, the appearance ends. Appearance ceases. Appearance changes. Okay. The waking that appears ceases to appear. The waking appearance ceases. And one who is aware of its cessation. The waking ends. Its ending, there is consciousness which is aware of the waking. Okay. It pervades the entire waking. Consciousness pervades the waking and it also knows the ending of waking. That means consciousness survives. Survives. Not only it survives, the waking is not separate from the very consciousness. The consciousness itself is called by another name. It is only a difference in name, not in existence. The same thing gets an another name, that's all. Existence doesn't change. It exists as a consciousness. It gets an another appearance, another name, that's all. Only an another name. Another name means what? A limited view is another name. Another name is for another form, let us say. Another name is for another form. Another form is only a limited view. What is form? What is form? Rupa and Rain. It is only a limited view is Rupa. You remove the limited view, Rupa disappears. The form disappears when you change the limited view or a divisive view. Limited view is divisive view. Parichinna drishti. So it is a limited view that accounts for form. The same thing gets a name. So therefore, the Sakshi means change the limited view to limitless view. Change the total view. When you come to the total vision, the limited vision is included in it and it doesn't exist apart from it. That's all. Form is only a view. Not this. This is a very interesting point. Form is only a view of looking, a way of looking. It is a view. A view is form. It means a notion. View means a notion. Okay. So this we have already answered. So they have taken a stand, Vyakhyanakaras, taken a stand of production. It is no production. Therefore, you go by your anubhava. As in Vyavaharika Drishti, in Vedanta Vichara, or Brahmajnani Anubhava. As your anubhava, as your anubhava is, so you accept it. So you don't need to build up theories. You don't need to give an explanation in the form of a theory. You can only, Vedanta is only helping you to discover the truth. It is not building up theories. Vedanta is an inquiry. It is helping you to inquire, to find out what is really there. What is a tentative and what really there. What appears and waves means goes away, and what really stands. That's all. You see what is really there and what appears to be there. You only inquire and come to discover. Vedanta is only vichara, and it only teaching is only helping in vichara. And as your experiences are, take them as they are and probe deeply into it. Take them, whatever is your anubhava, probe deeply into it, and as you probe deeper into it, whatever appears, you take it. Then probe deeper. Whatever appears, you take it. Then probe deeper. At each step of your inquiry, whatever obtains in your anubhava, just to take it, see it, accept, understand it, and proceed. No, don't build up things. Vedanta doesn't build up any theory, because if you build up theory, theory means imagination. If you imagine, first thing is imagination doesn't serve any purpose. It is useless. Not only useless, it is possibly obstruction. It is a positive obstruction. It convinces nobody because you are moving away from anubhava. What is conviction? Tell me. A conviction is understanding is when you come to your anubhava. When you leave the confusion and come to reality. Reality is an anubhava. Leave the confusion and come to reality. Reality is an anubhava. Come to anubhava, that convinces you. All conviction means only coming to anubhava. Conviction means arriving at anubhava. Conviction is not building up a theory. A theory convinces nobody. Is that it? A theory convinces nobody. Because if theory is only a built up, theory is only imagined. If you can imagine a theory, the very Shrota, the very listener, disciple can imagine another theory. Each one can imagine any number of theories, or each one can imagine some theories, but no theory convinces anybody because theories are personal, not universal. Theory comes from an individual mind. A theory is a production of an individual mind. Anubhava is a fact. Fact is universal. Theory is personal. Theory is personal. Anubhava is universal. A fact is universal. You come to the fact, which is a universal anubhava. It convinces everybody. Nobody disputes. Fact is anubhava, which is indisputable. Theory gives rise to dispute. Because if you have a theory means you take up one angle and try to project, try to give some more, add some more material to it. By taking one aspect, other aspects you add up by your imagination. Take one aspect, one Chaturbuja. You take something. It was cut into piece like this. A part of it, a corner, edge of it is cut. And that cut piece alone you got it. The remaining part you did not know. Isn't it? Seeing this piece, what do you imagine? Was it a triangle before? If a triangle, it was only this much. If it is a tetraangle, it is like this. Or it may be pentaangle or shashta or many other things also. So by taking one aspect, remaining you only have to imagine. Isn't it? A theory means you imagine. You take one angle, remaining angle might be triangle, so you build up other two angles. Somebody says, no, it might not be triangle, it might have been a tetraangle like this square, and he tries to give a square. Somebody says, no, it might not be square also. It might have had 5 angles. How do you know? Somebody puts 5. Somebody says, no, we don't see any 5 angles generally. Let us say the 6. 6 is generally found. No, all these are imagination. Because you have seen only one part. Other part you are imagining. Therefore, theory means take one part, imagine the remaining. Once you start imagining, you go beyond the fact. You leave out the fact and start building up, start adding up blood, and you see the only skeleton. You start adding uh, muscles and blood and skin. You add, cover it up with the skin. It becomes another artificial person. Suppose you are given a skeleton. and you are given separately blood and flesh and also skin. You create a human being. Suppose there was a one person, take a photograph of him, real video, and he dead. Once he dies, then only his skeleton you take it. You give him a skeleton that he has not seen that person. You have seen him and you have a video of him. Give him flesh and blood. Okay? And then give him a skin. Let him cover it up with a skin. Let him supply with the blood and add the muscles. Okay? Let him paste the muscle and blood, and then let him shape the human being. He will shape, no doubt. But will that shape produced be exactly like the previous shape? No, not at all. It will come, some shape will come, but it will definitely different. Therefore, an imagined thing, a theory is an imagined one. You take one part and imagine the rest. In these things, there is an assumption. Lot of assumptions are there, partly perception, partly assumption. It is a mixture of partly assumption, partly perception. So it will assume a very unusually new shape. But we say Vedanta is only an inquiry into what is existing. Don't imagine at any step. Don't imagine at any step. Just to see whatever it is. You may imagine, but that imagine should be a realistic imagination. How? If you say 10 is included in 100. You imagine 100, 10 is included in it. Yes, it is true. Then imagine 1000, then 100 is included. This is not imagination, this is a fact. You are imagining, but you are imagining from smaller fact to bigger fact, limited fact to larger fact. Okay, you are perceiving a smaller fact, the fact in a smaller scale. Okay, let us say you are perceiving the smaller scale and trying to include the smaller scale in a larger fact, then still at a larger, so you are moving from limited fact to larger fact, then larger, ultimately you come to the absolute fact. Therefore, Vedanta is moving from fact to fact alone, no place for wild imagination. Fact means anubhava. I'm using a different word. Fact andre anubhava. So you move from a limited anubhava to a larger anubhava, then larger anubhava. So at every step is anubhava, no place for wild imagination. Therefore, Vedanta is just an inquiry. Teacher is only helping you to watch and go ahead. That's all. Is only helping you in inquiry. Is not giving any theories. Is not building up a, because who is there to build up theory? Why should there be somebody? One who builds up is only a jiva buddhi. A jiva's buddhi, a human mind imagines. Human mind has no place. We take Shruti. Shruti is only universal mind. Shruti teaches universal facts. Universal fact is not a given mind creation. Fact is not nobody's creation. Okay? Fact is universal. It is everybody's anubhava. That's why we say fact is Bhagavan. Fact is anubhava. Waking state is a universal experience. It is not your creation. It is not your imagination. Dream state, state as a whole. State as a whole, the experience of dream state, the consciousness of dream is a universal experience. Deep sleep is a universal experience. You have not created. You as an individual has not imagined. Deep sleep is a universal experience. Dream state is a universal experience. Waking is a universal experience. Anybody belonging to any religion, whether believer, unbeliever, atheist, theist, anybody can see waking, dream, deep sleep. It is a universal experience. Undeniable universal experience. Therefore, fact is God. Fact is Bhagavan. Fact is Anubhava is Bhagavan. If you imagine, then it is a partial view. A given individual, a partial view, and you supply the remaining. You take one part and imagine the remaining. If you imagine one way, somebody can imagine another way. Because imagination means partial view. Partial views are many. People can take many views. Universal experience is not a given view. It is not a view of a given individual. Universal experience is not a view of an individual. Therefore, no individual can contradict it, no individual can dispute it, no individual can deny it. Okay. No individual can dispute it, no individual can deny it because it is a universal experience. Therefore, waking is a universal experience, dream is a universal, deep sleep is a universal. Everybody has to admit there is no way. If you admit it, if you don't accept it, you are the loser. Fact doesn't change. If you don't accept it today, if not tomorrow or day after, even after 100 years, you have no choice but to accept the fact. Even after 100 years, you must accept because if you don't accept, you are the loser. You will be going away from the fact. Fact cannot adjust to you. You have to change your mind to the fact. Universal Anubhava is universal, which nobody has any choice to deny it, differ it, dispute it, or make it different. You can't formulate it differently. Formulation is a theory. Theory is you formulate. Fact you can't formulate. You can't formulate a fact. Fact has to be recognized. You only have to cognize it. You have to accept. See, this is Vedanta. It's just like a scientific inquiry. Okay? ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತು 12 ಆಯ್ತಾ 12 ನನ್ನ ಗಡಿಯಾರ ಆಯ್ತು ಈಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ 12 ಅಲ್ಲ 1 ಆಯ್ತು ಸಾಕು ಅದಷ್ಟೇ ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ. ಹೌ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ. ಅದೇ ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಶ್ರುತಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣನೇ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಇನ್ನೇನು. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟಚ್ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ. ಶ್ರುತಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ, the special feature of Shruti Pramana, special character of Shruti Pramana, special character of Vedanta Pramana. Sorry, even in the Shruti Pramana, Vedantic Pramana has got a special character. What is that character? Now I have described it. Now we'll see more. So in Vedantic Pramana, is not philosophy, is not a religion. In religion, there is a statement you have to believe. And in philosophy, a partly known, partly a speculation theory. So it is not a speculated philosophy, nor it is a belief. It is finding out your experience, discovering experience at every stage. Okay. Therefore, Vedantic Pramana is a self-inquiry. It is a discovering from stage to stage. At every stage, it is only a discovery. From discovery to discovery, discovery to discovery, fact to fact, from a smaller fact to larger fact, then larger fact, then larger fact, then the absolute fact. This is, at each stage, you only go by the fact. This is the special feature of, special character of Vedanta Pramana. Okay, stop with it. Okay, and then what is that Pramana? We'll see tomorrow. ఇది ಹೇಳೋದಾ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ.